Now that we have our Thornton Creek watershed feature isolated on its own, we now will want to reduce the number of buildings and parcels that we can see, as well as streams on our map to really isolate down to understand what's happening in our watershed. In addition, because we have so many elements here within our data frame, you draw this below, it would be way too difficult to select these individually or to know where they lie spatially on this map in order to identify them easily within our shapefile of the watershed. So instead we were going to select by location. This is available underneath the selection tool, select by location here. I'm going to click this, and this will open up a dialog box. The layers that might be highlighted or on do not matter for this, because any layers that are loaded into this map can be selected from without them being on or being highlighted. For us, we are going to want to, so the first option gives us is where do we want to select, how do we want to select from features, do we want to add to a current selection, remove, or select from the current selected features. So we really have a lot of ability to refine our searches based on their spatial relationship. For this, we're going to select from features, and we want to select the buildings. So this is the features that you actually want to select from. The source layer is the spatial relationship in which you want. So we want all this, the buildings that are within the Thornton Creek watershed. So we'll click Thornton Creek watershed here. And then here we're able to actually have many options based on the relationship between our target layers, and we could have chosen multiple layers. And so I'm actually also going to choose parcels and streams here, because all three of these is that we want. If for some reason this was taking too long for your computer, you could do these one by one. Otherwise, you can select all of these at the same time to make it easier and more efficient for your workflow. And so it's worth going through a lot of these to kind of see what they do and kind of to explore them. For us, we're just really going to focus on the intersect the source layer feature. And so we want to have all the buildings, parcels, and streams that intersect this layer. And so anywhere where it's blue and if it intersects with this, they will be selected. As you can see, you can also have buffers in this, and you can define a search distance as well. So I'm just going to click OK. And now it's going to go through all the features on the map to just select the ones that are located within that intersect our base layer. Once we are done, the map will close. If we didn't want, we could have clicked, so I'm going to open up this again, select by location. We could have clicked applied, and that would have showed us the same results, and it would allow us, if maybe those results weren't what we wanted, we could then refine or change some of our options here to then see if that will get us what we were looking for. But once we're satisfied with our selection, we will click OK. We did before, and because I reopened this, it's going to kind of go and reprocess all of that again. And so now with all of our features selected that we like, I'm going to turn on the streams as well. So now we can see that the streams are also selected. We're going to each export each one of these layers selected data into its own shapefile. So we'll have to do this for all three data sets because we want to isolate all this data by itself. And to do this, we'll show you just like previously. I will right click the layer for the features that I want to export, go down to data, export data from selected feature, this layer data source, and then I'm going to call it buildings Thornton W or Thorn W here. You can call this whatever you like. I'm going to hit save, hit yes, then hit OK. I'm just going to export. It's going to be saying it's going to export the building features. When you're exporting the buildings, you should have the same amount that you see here. I'm just going to hit yes. So that way then I can turn off my buildings. And I'm going to do this for the other two layers before we begin to use our other selection tool to select by attribute.